ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of University of Mysore and Karnataka State Open University, I feel privileged to extend a warm welcome to the esteemed dignitaries and delegates from the academia who are present here in the Platinum Jubilee Conference of Indian Phytopathological Society. As we begin the day's program, I would like to invite the students of University Fine Arts College to render the invocation and seek the blessings of the Almighty.
सर मैं ये ऑडिबल ना
देवी दया माडे ताये वा देवी दयदिंद नीयन्न नोडे वा देवी दयदिंद नीयन्न नोडे वा देवी दया माडे ताये वा देवी दया माडे ताये वा देवी हितदि सन्मतिय श्रीमती देवी हितदि सन्मतिय श्रीमती देवी भारतीनी दया माडे प्रतति जने भारतीनी दया माडे ताये वा देवी जगन्नाथ विठ्ठल अंग्रिಗಳ ಸೇವೆಯೋಳು ಸುಗುಣೆ ಸನ್ಮತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬೇಗನೆ ನೀಸಲದೆ ಸುಗುಣೆ ಸನ್ಮತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬೇಗನೆ ನೀಸಲದೆ ದಯ ಮಾಡೆ ಆ ದೇವಿ दया माडे ताये दया माडे ताये दया माडे ताये वा देवी
Manasa Gangotri, the very campus where we are holding this conference, is the brainchild of Sri Kuvempu. Kuvempu was a noble soul who had brought about a renaissance in Kannada literature. He was a poet who enriched the heritage of mankind. He was a philosopher who unfolded the mystery of the universe. He was a thinker who conceived the concept of Vishwamanava, the universal man. He was a social reformer who leveled down the barriers of caste, creed, and class. He was also the vice chancellor of this university. Now, we will be listening to the Nadagite, the state anthem penned by Sri Kuvempu. I request all the dignitaries and the audience to stand in respect of the state anthem.
जय भारत जननी जय हे कर्नाटक माते जय सुंदर नदी वनಗಳ ನಾಡೆ जय हे रस ಋಷಿಗಳ ಬೀಡೆ ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನವಮಣಿ ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದನ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವತರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜನನಿಯ ಜೋಗುಳ ವೇದದ ಘೋಷ ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವವು ನಿನ್ನಾವೇಶ ಹಸುರಿನ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ಜಿನನುತ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಶಂಕರರ ಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ పంపలకు విమతి చిన్నా కుమార వ్యాసర మంగళ ధామ కవి కోగిలెಗಳ పుణ్య రామ ನಾನಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನು ಜಾತೆ ತೈಲಪ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳರಾಳಿದ ನಾಡೆ ಡಂಕಣ ಜಗಣರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಬೀಡೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನು ಜಾತೆ ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನ ಜನಗಣ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಗಾಯಕ ವೈಣಿಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ಗೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
I thank Kumari Kalyani, Kumari Manasa, Kumari Nayana, Kumari Ananya, Kumari Anisha, and Kumari Bhuvana for entering the invocation and the state anthem. A true welcome is never complete without warm words and nice gestures. We have amongst with us Dr. Robin Gogoi. Robin Gogoi is the Secretary of the Indian Phytopathological Society in New Delhi. He is heading the Plant Pathology Division and serving as a professor and principal scientist at the ICAR, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi. He has published over 200 research papers and book chapters with citations over 1,500. He has developed many technologies for the cultivation of oyster and milky mushroom, management of green mold of oyster mushroom by garlic extract, and rapid screening technique for evaluation of maize genotypes against stalk rot complex. He has filed 2 patents for the preparation of nano encapsulated hexaconazole, a novel fungicide. He has developed 4 maize varieties. Now I would like to request Dr. Robin Gogoi to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Very good morning to you all. So, Manas, Mansarbar, Manas, Gangotri. So, how holy place is this? And all of us today, we are able to assemble here. We are very much fortunate. So, respected the dignitaries sitting on the dais, starting from Vice Chancellor of this university, University of Mysore, Professor S. Rajasekhar. Then Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Open University, Professor Saranappa V. Halse. Vice Chancellor, University of Horticultural Sciences, Professor K.M. Indires. Professor K.S. Rangappa, former Vice Chancellor, University of Mysuru. And the chief guest of today's function, who has joined or will be joining very shortly through online mode, Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar, who is the Secretary of the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, and organizing team and General President, Dr. Chandranayak, and General Councillor, Dr. Niranjan Raj, my respected dignitaries and delegates sitting among the audience, facing towards the stage, starting from Dr. Dupe. All of you know who is the Assistant Director in Plant Protection and Biosecurity, and some other plant pathologists who were or who at present also occupying very, very leading position in different institutes like Dr. R. Viswanathan, and also elderly respected person, our plant pathologist, Dr. S.S. Chahal, and many other, because from plant pathology fraternity, many have occupied leading positions. I cannot name all of them because who are present today. And most especially from American Phytopathological Society, Dr. Subbarao is also with us now. And my dear other delegates coming from different states, and also very, very dear my students, and also research scholars, which are the budding, this potential human resource of this country. And also, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the society, which is popularly known as IPS, Indian Phytopathological Society. So as a secretary, I welcome all of you to this function to brief about this society. We know that this society has completed 75th years. That's why we are celebrating today Platinum Jubilee function here. And the society was established by Bala Shankar Bhavani, Bala Shankar Bhavani Shankar Munkur, B.V. Munkur, who is known, and also many other stalwarts in the year 1947. And since then, we are carrying the legacy of this society, and we have reached this position today. And as you know, if I just look back, this society is having in this country 8 different zones, and all the zones completed their zonal chapters, zonal symposia, and we can call this is the concluding session zones, and that's why we are assembling in a common place today, in the holy place, Manas Gangotri. And this society, you know, is recognizing many this scientific plant pathologists, and also encouraging the youngsters by giving the awards in various forms, so that they can carry out our this sincere works, and they will be more responsible to serve or take the responsibility of our entire country, and especially the farmers. And I'm very much happy that all of you are able to make your physical presence here after this crossing 3 years of very critical this COVID situation, started from the year 2020, 2021. And of course, in the last year in 2021, we could hold this function in the SKN University, Jobner, Rajasthan, in hybrid mode. And today in this function, so it is completely this physical mode, that lots of this our students and also other scientists from different state agricultural universities and agricultural organizations to come. However, a good number of this representation I can see today. So these things really encouraging us. And instead of going and taking more time, I once again thank you all. And so special thank to the Vice Chancellor of this university, this Professor Rajasekhar, for allowing the society to hold this grand function in his university, and the organizing 2 persons here, Zonal President and Zonal Councillor, Chandra Nayaka and Dr. Niranjan Raj, and they are very sincere and meticulous team, really creditable. So with this brief note, I once again thanking you and welcome fresh.
Thank you, sir. I would like to request the organizers to offer a flower bouquet to Professor Rajshekhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore. I would like to welcome Professor Sharanappa Vihalse, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Honorable Vice Chancellor of Agriculture, Horticulture University, Professor K.M. Indiresh. I would like to welcome Professor K.S. Rangappa, former Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore. I would like to welcome Dr. Rakesh Pandey, President of Indian Phytopathological Society. I would like to welcome Dr. Secretary of Indian Phytopathological Society. I would like to welcome the organizing secretaries, Dr. Chandranaik and Dr. Niranjan Raj, to this function. We have amongst with us Dr. Chandranaik. He is the organizing secretary of the Platinum Jubilee Conference of the Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi. He is serving as a professor and an officer in charge of ICAR, ICRIP. He has published over 120 papers in plant pathology, holds 4 patents, authored 17 books and 19 book chapters with scientific citations of over 4,700, H-index of 40 and I-10 index of 90. He is the recipient of several prestigious awards such as International Award for Young Agricultural Researchers by Ministry of Agriculture, Japanese government, Early Career Research Award from the University of Nebraska, USA, Dr. H.C. Dubey Outstanding Young Scientist Award in 2017, Best Researcher Award in 2017, Best Scientist Award in 2020, the Millennium Plaque of Honor by ISCA. He extensively works on disease resistance in pearl millet. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Chandranaik to speak a few words about this conference.
Thank you, sir. Namaskara. Good morning, everyone. Respected Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar, Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, is going to join online soon. Professor Rashekar, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Mysore. Professor Sharanappa Vihalse, Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Open University, Mysore. Professor K.M. Indiresh, Vice Chancellor, University of Horticulture Sciences, Bagalkot. Professor Rangappa K.S., our former Vice Chancellor and Distinguished Professor of our University of Mysore. Dr. Rakesh Pandey, President, Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi, and Dr. Robin Gogoi, Secretary, IPS, New Delhi. My dear teachers, friends, and participants. It is a great pleasure for me to declare open the Platinum Jubilee Conference of Indian Phytopathological Society on plant and soil health management issues and innovation, and to welcome the participants who have come from all over India to exchange experience and work together for a few days on exciting field of plant production sciences. The IPS was established during the year 1947, and they are celebrating Platinum Jubilee year, and we are fortunate to organize Platinum Jubilee Conference at University of Mysore. While agriculture share in India's economy has progressively declined to less than 15% due to the high growth rates of the industrial and services sectors, the sector's importance in India's economics and social fabric goes well beyond this indicator. First, nearly 3/4 of India's families depend on rural incomes. Second, the majority of India's poor, more than 70%, are found in rural areas. And third, India's food security depends on producing cereal crops as well as increasing its production of fruits, vegetables, and milk to meet the demands of a growing population with rising incomes. To do so, a productive, competitive, diversified, and sustainable agriculture sector will need to emerge at an accelerated phase. Plant pathology investigates the biotic and abiotic factors behind the failure of plants to reach their genetic potential and develops interventions to protect plants, reduce crop losses, and improve food security. The main theme of the conference is plant and soil health management issues and innovations. Due to high quality of research team selected for this national conference, the event provides an exceptional value to students, scholars, and industry-oriented researchers. This conference objective was to bring together leading researchers, scientists, and research scholars from throughout India to exchange research insights, and discoveries of plant production sciences. This has finally been accomplished. Healthy crops result from healthy soils, which form the basis for 95% of our food production. Plant health, food security, and nutrition are inextricably linked to soil health. Soils are the foundation of agriculture and the medium in which practically all plants that produce food thrive. The biological, physical, and chemical features of soil have a crucial influence in the growth and nutrition of plants, making soil health essential to plant health. As a result of intensification, globalization, trade development, and climate change, a rising number and frequency of new and re-emerging pests threaten plant health by increasing their potential to establish and spread. Combating multiple and highly dynamic biotic hazards necessitates the development of an array of technologies for the prevention, monitoring, control, and management of pests and diseases, as well as measures for risk management. Our current and future food security depends on our capacity to raise yields and food quality using the currently productive soil. To meet the demands of the future generation, it is vital to preserve a healthy soil. There are 7 main themes in the national conference covering most of the plant pathology aspects and their associated areas in exploring and showcasing the importance of plant pathology in crop cultivation and production. I am happy to acknowledge that this national conference is being attended by more than 300 delegates across India. The speakers in the program are uniquely placed to debate, discuss, and highlight the key points, trends, and reforms in the system for the audience. The keynote speaker will surely educate us on the impact, priorities, advancement, and comparison to global standards in the field of plant pathology. In addition, we offer 2 specific competition programs focused at promoting new researchers, namely the Professor M.J. Narasimhan Merit Award and the APS Travel Sponsorship for PhD students. We have asked our team of distinguished judges to evaluate them. They have been really gracious in agreeing to accomplish the needful. I sincerely hope that this turns out to be an excellent venue for you to exchange ideas, discuss, and network, giving your fledgling concepts a huge boost. This seminar will also provide policymakers and the general public with takeaways. I wish you all the best and hope you have a wonderful stay in Mysore during the next 3 days. Thank you everyone for coming and participating. It is a privilege for all of us to welcome you in Mysore. I declare that the conference is open for further proceedings. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Chandranaik. Light symbolizes knowledge. By lighting the lamp, we seek the blessings of the Almighty to give us the wisdom to make this world a better place. We hope all the human beings live in harmony with nature. We pray that the darkness of ignorance be swept away by the dawn of self-realization. I now request all the dignitaries on the dais to come forward and light the lamp. I wholeheartedly thank all the dignitaries for formally inaugurating the conference by lighting the lamp. This proceedings has been brought out in the form of a souvenir. I request Dr. Sharanappa V. Halse, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University, to release this souvenir. Phytopathological background. I thank everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a proud moment for all of us present here. Dr. S. Chandrasekhar is witnessing this event virtually. Dr. S. Chandrasekhar is the Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi. Previously, he served as the Director of CSIR, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad. Asian Scientist magazine published an article on 8 scientists from India to watch, wherein they featured a handful of Indian scientists that are breaking new ground in space, biomedical science, pharmaceuticals, and beyond. Dr. Chandrasekhar was one amongst them, along with Bharat Ratna, Professor C.N.R. Rao, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, etc. Dr. Chandrasekhar has made significant contributions in diverse areas of organic chemistry and published over 300 publications and hold 22 patents with over 9,000 citations and H-index of 48. 80 students have obtained their PhD degree under his able guidance, and 20 students are currently pursuing such work. He is the recipient of CSIR Technology Award for 3 times. He has received the Golden Jubilee Commemoration Medal from INSA, AstraZeneca Research Endowment Award, Infosys Prize, CNR Rao National Prize, etc. He is a fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences, Indian National Science Academy, and Indian National Academy of Sciences. I now humbly request Dr. Chandrasekhar to address the August gathering.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you, and I hope I am audible to all the friends there. To begin with, I would like to convey my apologies that I'm not able to make in person. I've already told organizers that the parliament session is going on, and it makes me to be in Delhi today. But I'm so delighted that I'm able to join all of you virtually and witnessing the event happening. My special thanks to Professor Rangappa, who has been following up with my office to see that I should be there. Thank you, Professor Rangappa. But again, as I spoke to you, I'm not able to make in person this time, but certainly I'll be there to meet and greet all of you in person. We have witnessed yesterday the budget speech by the Honorable Finance Minister, and we all have realized the importance of the agriculture which has been given by the Honorable Minister. We also noticed that how we are going to give artificial intelligence and smart farming as part of agriculture to see that how our productivity of agriculture increases. I'm also so delighted that the IPS is celebrating its 75 years, which you formed when India got independence in 1947. I'm happy that these 75 years have been very prudent for this organization. While 75 is a number, I do believe that IPS will continue to perform its responsibilities to see that how the Indian agriculture flourishes, while we all know that the commitments made by the farmers, the commitment made by the agricultural scientists made sure that we came out of the famine multiple times. And today India is one of the finest producers of all the food products. Having said that, when we look at the statistics, the amount of land which is getting cultivated in India is much larger than China, but unfortunately, the amount of crop production is lesser than what is produced by China. Similarly, when we look at the amount of pesticides used by the top agricultural countries like China and Brazil, India consumes only 1/3 of the pesticides. While less use of pesticides is a good thing to happen, but the kind of crop yields we are getting is still not satisfactory. Honorable Prime Minister has multiple times told that all the researchers committed in science and technology, agriculture, need to see how we could improve the quality of life of farmers and also make sure that the farmers' income gets doubled. We are all aspiring to be a $5 trillion economy. We all know that we have surpassed many countries from the rank of 10 in the GDP growth amongst the nations. Today, we are fifth in the world and we are very proud. Last year, we even surpassed Great Britain, which has ruled us. This clearly shows that Indian economy is doing well. But if you look again at the statistics, the number of people who live on agriculture as a livelihood are more than 55% in this country. But agriculture contributes only 14 or 15% of GDP to the nation. So it's a requirement for all of us that how we could bring in automation, how we can bring in the new technologies, including the CRISPR technologies, which is now allowed to do CRISPR technologies in the seed varieties. See that how with the minimal use of pesticides, how our seeds can give better quality products. We're also celebrating the International Year of Millets. We know that India has a large production of millets and how we could propagate millet as a staple food for most of us. When you talk of the soil health management come through good practices, and certainly the IT enabling health management for soil is the best thing to happen. We all know that when we suffer from a disease, we could go to a doctor or even someone will come to our lab and collect a sample of our blood or saliva, and we can do a pathological test to see what is the general health of a human being. Similar tests we need to build in which are amicable to a farmer. Farmer cannot afford to call an agricultural scientist to see the quality of his soil. So whether we could develop simple tests like pH tests or moisture tests using artificial intelligence tools, using the IT enabler tools, that a small smartphone will enable a farmer to know what is the moisture content of the soil, how much water he should add to the soil, or what kind of seed variety he should use, whether if he knows the amount of nitrogen or phosphorus which is already there in his soil. Now he did not dump so much of phosphate urea and stuff like that so that he could minimize the cost investments, but his productivity will go up. That's how we can increase the farmer's productivity. We also need to educate our farmers how we can use the new technologies of drones. Now we see that whole global technologies are revolving around drones for pesticide spray. Today, our farmers still depend on carrying the entire pesticide on their back and going around the field with a small scarf covering their nose and spraying those spray. And we don't even know the adverse effects of these pesticides on the farmers. We have seen the impact of these pesticides on the Punjab farmers, where we see that Bathinda Express, which carries many cancer patients from Punjab to cancer hospitals. This clearly shows pesticides have an adverse impact on the farmers and how we can adapt next generation pesticides, going away from phosphate pesticides to fluoroorganics or pesticides which are less harmful to the human beings. We also need to adapt the pesticides which are selective to a particular insect or a particular crop variety. Also, I strongly urge the friends who are joined and gathered there to debate for the next 3 days on the plant and soil health management, how we could introduce pheromone technologies into our farmers. We all know that pheromone is a way of organic farming. And yesterday, again, Honorable Finance Minister, Madam Nirmala Sitharam, has given emphasis on how we could at least convert 5% of agriculture into organic farming. One, it gives you better quality product, which also has more micronutrients. So how we are going to address all the challenges of Indian farmers and make India a great nation and see that while 55% or 60% of population depend on agriculture, how they can contribute 55% to the Indian economy, not just 15-20%. India still continues service sector. More than 50% of our economy come from service sector. It's the responsibility of all the scientists assembled in this important campus of Mysore University. And several leaders are there on the dais and off the dais. I urge all the friends how they can collaborate with the Ministry of Science and Technology and other ministries to see that our science and technology flourishes, and farmer gets the benefit of what all we develop. I wish the conference all the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Sir, on behalf of University of Mysore, I wholeheartedly thank Dr. Chandrasekhar for gracing this occasion virtually and enlightening us on the recent trends in agricultural sciences. Thank you, sir. We have amongst with us Dr. Rakesh Pandey. Dr. Rakesh Pandey is the president of Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi, and one of the eminent scientists of our country. He is serving as an emeritus scientist and emeritus professor at the CSIR, Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants. He has published over 180 research papers with citations of over 2,000. He is a recipient of several prestigious awards, namely E.P. Odom Gold Medal from Belgium, Outstanding Scientist Award, Young Achiever Award, Dr. Manmohan Attawar Gold Medal in Floriculture, Plant Pathology Leadership Award, Dr. M.R. Siddiqui Memorial Award, and Umakant Sinha Memorial Award, and many more. I now request Dr. Rakesh Pandey to speak a few words on the evolution of Indian Phytopathological Society.
Thank you very much. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajsekhar, Professor Halse, Professor Indris, Professor Rangappa, Senior Plant Pathologist, Dr. S.C. Dubey, Professor Chahal, Professor Chakravarti, Dr. Karnal Mandal, Dr. Vishwanathan, Dr. Dinesh Singh, Dr. Devappa, our senior most plant pathologist, Dr. Bodile, and my friend, Dr. Kajal Viswas, Dr. Kusan Raj, Dr. Ashok Bhattacharya, Professor Rakholia, and all plant pathologists, executive member, and students. Friends, you know very well that this Indian phytopathology is the third largest society of the world. We have more than 2,500 members in this society, and this society established on 28th February 1947 in the leadership of Professor B.B. Mundukar. Professor B.B. Mundukar, in the chairmanship of the Professor S.R. Bose, Professor J.F. Dastur, Professor B.N. Appal, Dr. A. Sattar, and Dr. R.S. Basudeva, they arranged meeting in IARI, and they formed this society, this great society. And there is a story when Professor Mundukar visited in the train. If he gets some farmer or a student and they are related to the agriculture, he always requests them, why not to become member of Indian Phytopathological Society. He was such a person who established this society in hardship. Our objective of this society is to advance the cause of mycology and plant pathology, to encourage and promote the mycological and plant pathological research in the country, and to disseminate the knowledge of mycology and plant pathology, and make a closer association and relation among the member and other scientific workers in India and abroad. Even more than 50 countries of the world, we have a member of Indian Phytopathological Society. Indian Phytopathological Society is a very old society, and it comprises the scientists, teachers, students, extension workers, and private consultants, administration, and agriculture, pest management personnels. And first annual general body meeting of the society held on January 2, 1948 at Patna, and where in the initial we were having 156 members. The society was registered on 3rd November 1949 under the Society Registration Act, and the vision of the society is in every sphere of science, especially to maintain the health of the plant and soil. The IPS is working for the diverse global community of the scientists that provide credible and beneficial information related to plant health, educate and participate in the exchange of the knowledge with public, policymaker, and larger community. It has 8 zones, and we were having meeting in each and every zone, like Delhi zone, where a lot of members are there. Then second North zone, where we are having the Chandigarh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu, Kashmir, and Punjab. In Mid-Eastern zone, we are having Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. Eastern zone, we are having Andaman, Nicobar, Island, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, and West Bengal. Central zone, we are having the Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Telangana. Western zone, Gujarat and Maharashtra. In southern zone, we are having Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Pondicherry, and Tamil Nadu. And northeast zone, we are having Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. So now you can see that our society is covering whole of the country. And we also look the problem of the farmers. We also play a major role. If, for example, there was a problem in the Arakanat built in the southern India, immediate IPS came in the action and we contacted the Chief Minister of Karnataka and they released 9 crore rupees to spray the fungicide to save the plant. So our role is not only to conduct the conference and symposia, our role is also how to help the farmers. If there is any problem related to plant pathology in the country, any part of the country, we immediately run there and we try to make the brainstorming session and bring the expert from different part of the country to educate the farmer what type of fungicide or what type of the biological agent they can utilize. So with this, I thank you all, and I once again welcome all researchers in plant pathology, and we will have a huge discussion in these 3 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We have amongst with us Dr. Sharanappa Vihalse. He's a renowned administrator who is serving as the Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University. Previously, he served as the Professor, Registrar, and the Vice Chancellor of Davangere University. He has rich experience of 35 years in teaching and research. He has guided over 27 students for their PhD and MPhil degrees. He has published over 80 research papers and visited various countries such as Australia, USA, Austria, France, Canada, Egypt, Italy, Ireland, New Zealand, Russia, Switzerland, and UAE on academic assignments. I now humbly request Honorable Vice Chancellor of KSOU to address the gathering.
Good morning to all. Dear dignitaries, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, media friends. First of all, let me say how pleased I am to see so many of you gathered here for this conference. Your presence here is a reflection of your interest in this important meeting. Among us, there are high-level policymakers, academicians, scientists, students, and I am convinced that your presence of all will contribute the value of this conference discussions. Allow me to thank the Indian Pathological Society, New Delhi, University of Mysore, Karnataka State Open University, who have organized the conference. The theme of this conference, plant and soil health management, issues and innovations, is the high relevance today. The issues to discuss, be it is a soil health or the plant health and other related issues, are now being raised and increasingly frequently before global forums. All life of the earth depends on the healthy plants and ecological support, food security and nutrition and sustainable growth of the agriculture necessary to feed a growing global population by 2050 depends the plant's health. In order to protect the life, the plant must be protected. The health and the happiness of a human and all other living things on the earth is influenced by the plants, which are the life itself. Over the 80% of food we consume and the oxygen we breathe comes from the plants alone. Thus, the maintaining the health is essential to achieve the several of sustainable development of goals. However, there are the growing threat to the plant health. Up to the 40% of the food crops and the lost annually to the plant pose across the entire world. This is essentially important for the millions of the small holders of the farmers resident of rural area who depends on the agriculture as their main source of income and concern about the future of their way of life. Ecosystems are changing, biodiversity, cleaning and extra pests are finding the new enrich the three of the result of the climate crisis and the unsustainably human activities. In addition, during the past 10 years, the number of international travel and the trade, which can be unintentionally termed diseases, the pest quickly over the world has traveled greatly, harming the environment and the local flora. The condition of the soil has been significantly impacted and the health, the foundation of the balanced crop nutrition of healthy soil. The fertility of the soil can be affect the output of the 60% of the great crop productivity and the land sustainable or the provided by the laying on groundwork for the healthy soils. By managing the soils in the different way, then the past value can be added of the to the field and growing the session of, as well as the long terms of the health of the soil, enabling large yields years after year. This is a possible through sustainable practice and nutrients efficiency. The soil replacement, according to the estimate, it's our soil directly or indirectly produce 95% of our food on the basis of the food chain is health soil. The foundation of the agriculture, the environment in which almost the plants that produce the food are grown are our soils. Health soil results the nutrients, crops, and that feeds both the people and animals. In fact, the amount of the quality of the food are directly correlated with the soil quality. We must change the way of thinking about the soil, given the significance of the soil for the agriculture output, food security, nutrient, farmer livelihoods, and the health of the functioning ecosystem. The widespreading incidence of the soil degradation necessitates a change of how we see the manage our soils. One of the issues in the soil is frequently thought of as an interest medium that needs to be loaded with the nutrients and the water of the order of the support that grows the crops. Similarly, this proper fertilizer applications of the rates and the frequently used to define the soil management. Can this be sufficient given the complexity of the soil that there the function in the terrestrial ecosystem? How we can ever wonder how the soil participation in the water cycle and recycle nutrients? How we can ever thought about how the water cycle can be recycled nutrients? Have you ever thought about how the fungi, bacteria, and other soil organisms might improve the soil qualities and release the nutrients plants use. Have you ever considered the part which the biological communities play in preventing the disease of pets? Have you ever given it any thought as to how the better utilization of these the neutral process to increase the crops output in more sustainable manner and relay less the filling of the soil with extra nutrients? We have to change our mind setup for the pesticide oriented to an ecosystem based approach. The importance of the complexity of the soil is not necessarily reflected in our research. Although some important work on the soil has been carried out, we therefore need to trigger shifting the way soil as considered. Today is a global economic and scientific advancement are largely attributed to innovation. A new knowledge driven civilization is emerging in the today, quickly changing the scientific and technology environment, transferring the knowledge required of the scientist. This conference will work at present extended outlook on innovation in order to explore the potential technology and share fresh the ideas in sector of the agriculture. India hopes to have a $5 trillion economy in the not too distant future. To do this, it must develop the entrepreneurship opportunities, procedure, and the mechanism necessary to transfer the current demographic dividend into high caliber technical people resources that are capable to leading the edge research and the innovation. For future measurement and assessing the controlling implications of the plant health and making the required adjustment of the plant's activities, there needs to be an incentive establishment at both the national and international levels for scientist examination for the impact of the climate crisis on the plant waste. This conference will provide invaluable information on the lessons learned and the best practices for the policymakers, researchers, and other plant health practitioners in the public and the private sectors, civil society, international organizations, and other stakeholders who share by the convention of soil plants health is essential for the eradication of the hunger and the malnutrition globally. I believe we have here to change the situation. It requires to clearly explaining our vision for establishment of long-term science and innovation strategy that clear the provision for the good management of the soil and the plant health. The solution should be contribute to enhance the healthy crops production by establishment a new scientific invention and network and common research and sharing the ideas of innovation. Distinguished guests, today fast changing world calls for the close partnership between the institution. Globalization present many challenges also to our country, and such we should cooperate with the aim of achieving the mutual benefits. I hope this seminar will highlight the possibilities, avenues for cooperation and also to up the with the benefits decision which can be positively impact the agriculture sector of the country. I close with the wish to express my gratitude to all participants for their full cooperation and contribution to the scientific conference. I take this opportunity to thank organizers and the delegates. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor Rajshekar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore, to felicitate Dr. Sharanappa Vihalse. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst with us Dr. K.M. Indiresh. Professor Indiresh is the Vice Chancellor and Director of Education of the University of Horticultural Sciences, Bagalkot. Before assuming the Vice Chancellor's charge, he served as Professor and Registrar at the University of Horticultural Sciences, Bagalkot. He has undertaken various projects related to coconut and potato. He has over 70 research publications to his credit and has guided over 19 students in vegetable science discipline. He has handled several ad hoc projects and was responsible for release of Kalpataru coconut variety and JX 576 potato hybrid. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Horticultural Sciences to address this gathering.
Namaskar. Good morning to all dignitaries on the dais who are participating in the inaugural session of the 3 days conference on plant and soil health management issues and innovations. Dr. Professor Rajshekar, Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar, who has joined online, is the Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology. Dr. Professor Rajshekar, Vice Chancellor, University of Mysore. Dr. Professor Sharanappa Vihalse, Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Open University, Mysore. Professor K.S. Rangappa, former Vice Chancellor and also Emeritus Scientist, University of Mysore. The President of the Indian Phytopathological Society, Dr. Rakesh Pandey. Dr. Robin Gogoi, Secretary, Indian Phytopathological Society. Dr. S. Chandranayak and Dr. S. Niranjan Raj, organizing secretaries of this 3 days conference. All the office bearers of the Indian Phytopathological Society who are coming from different parts of in the country. All the seniors, scientists and former Vice Chancellor who are participating in this conference, faculty members from the University of Mysore, distinguished delegates, and my dear students. I'm very proud to be associated with this today's program of the Platinum Jubilee celebration of the Indian Pathological Society. Just now, when the President was mentioning that it seems to be biggest professional society in the country with the 2,400 members. I think we in our agricultural faculty also, we do not have such a big society, professional society like this. I'm really very proud that the Indian Pathological Society is a very big professional society with so much of members who are not only from the basic science, even from the applied sciences from different agriculture universities are also involved in this. Dr. Gogoi, who is from ICR, is also an example for it. In fact, we have also members in the Phytopathological Society from our university. In fact, Dr. Devappa, he has organized a South Zone conference of the Indo-Phytopathological Society, I think 2 years back. And really, it is a very good occasion to share some of my views on the current scenario of disease problems in some of the important horticulture crops. As I am a vegetable breeder, I have worked on vegetable science research. I congratulate the Indian Phytopathological Society Executive Committee for choosing the heritage city of Mysore in reputed Mysore University. It is happy to note that all the zonal counterparts of the country are congregating here at Mysore for a new consensus on plant pathology under the emerging disease situations globally and across the country. It is very apt to organize the conference in the background of crop field losses on field and during post-harvest period caused by various pests and diseases are of paramount importance. The crop loss due to pests and diseases are approximately assessed to be around 10 to 30% of the crop productions. If we consider on an average of crop loss of 20% and the present gross value of our agricultural produce as rupees 10 lakh crore, the loss will come to around 2 lakh crores, which is very colossal and it is a grim picture. Even if we could save 50% of the crop losses by using plant protection measures, it will be rupees 1 lakh crore additional income to our farmers. At the same time, when all of us are concerned about the national food security, can the country afford to these losses? Various types of direct and indirect losses caused by plant diseases include reducing quality and quantity of crop produce, increased cost of production, threat to animal health and environment, limiting the type of crop or variety grown, losses of natural resources, and less remunerative alternatives adopted. In order to combat the losses caused by the plant diseases, it is mandatory to define the problem and seek solutions. At the biological level, the requirements are fast and accurate identification of causal organisms, accurate estimates of the severity of the diseases and its effect on yield, and identification of the virulence mechanisms. Diseases may then be minimized by the reduction of the pathogens, inoculums, inhibition of the virulence mechanisms, and promotion of genetic diversity in the crop. Society, consumers, and growers will only be able to continue to benefit from the plant pathology if the discipline can evolve appropriate disease management schemes that can respond to the significant changes in agricultural practices in India. The ultimate goal of being to produce more and safer food in substantial agricultural systems that conserves natural resources and the environment. Information technologies are essentials, and the integration of conventional and new technologies are essential and must be integrated by the modern practices of plant pathology into effective disease management schemes that can be implemented at the farm level. Major areas of research includes pest and disease surveillance, forecasting, post-plant resistance, disease diagnostics, post-harvest disease management, virus vector interactions, biopesticides and biocontrol agents for integrated disease management under protected cultivation, exploring lesser known botanical pesticides, impact of climate change on diseases, application of drone technology in plant protection, area-wide pest and disease management are some of the frontier areas of research which need to be tackled by the plant pathologists of the country. With the changing priorities of agricultural research and education in India, the subject of plant pathology also needs to be addressed so as to meet the challenges of the 21st century. We really need to look and revisit the subject and foresees so that the coming generation is ready with the solutions, and this can be only achieved with the concerted efforts of the scientists of the plant pathology, experts working in different fields under the Indian Phytopathological Society. University of Mysore and Karnataka State Open University has taken the right step in this direction by organizing a Platinum Jubilee conference on plant health management issues and innovations. The extensive scope of this event, which includes the significant topic of agriculture, provides a singular venue for researchers from throughout the country, from the entirety of our field of study. During the course of this 3 days conference, I am really hopeful that some good partnerships will be formed. I also have a high hopes that this year's focus on the health of the plants and soil will encourage to rise in the amount of research and applications being conducted in the area so that it may better satisfy the many requirements of the global development. I am sure the deliberations among the renowned and eminent scientists of this field will be highly productive and fruitful to generate awareness in the domain. There are so many serious burning issues in the field of horticulture crops. I just make a note of that because many eminent pathologists are here. To start with, chili is one of the very important commercial spices grown in the entire country. Even today, the leaf curl virus or the Mulda complex is still, we are not able to solve the problems. Even so many resistant varieties have been developed in this crop. They are not sustaining, they are not stable due to this climate impact. They have become highly susceptible. Even today, we are not able to control this, manage this leaf curl virus or Mulda complex in chili. Similarly, the late blight disease of potato is another problem. In fact, it used to be a very common disease in northern part of India, but now in the southern states, especially in Karnataka also, this has become a very serious problem in the potato growing regions of the country, in the state. Then another very important high value horticulture crops like arecanut. We have this problem of yellow leaf disease for the last 40 years or so. Even today, the etiology of the disease is still not known, even though the integrated management practices have been recommended by the scientists. Still, it is not working, especially in the coastal and hilly areas. This arecanut yellow leaf disease is a very serious problem. The government is making a lot of efforts to manage this disease because of the high returns obtained by the arecanut growers. They are finding difficulty. Similarly, in case of tomato, is a very important vegetable, Solanaceous vegetable, we have a lot of varieties and F1 hybrids developed by public sectors and private companies. Even today, this viral complex, lot of new viruses are coming up in this case of tomato, which is causing very devastating damage to the crop. And the farmers are facing the viral diseases in tomato. Similarly, in case of pomegranate, which is the new high value fruit crop, lot of farmers are growing this crop in middle Karnataka. It is a very good crop which fetches very high revenue among the growers. The farmers are investing a lot of money, infrastructure and everything. For the last 6-7 years, this bacterial blight has become a very serious issue in case of pomegranate cultivation. In fact, Bagalkot, Gadag, Belgaum, Vijayapura, which are going to be a major domain of this pomegranate cultivation in northern part of Karnataka, the farmers have started uprooting these pomegranate plantations, orchards, aged about 6 years and above. Mainly, they are not able to manage this bacterial blight. Whatever the integrated management recommendations made by the National Center on Pomegranate and our own university and other agriculture universities, the farmers are not getting the good results. Maybe it may be due to the climate impact or due to the weather, vagaries of weather. But this is also one of the very serious ones. Like that, I can list so many disease problems, especially in high value horticulture crops. Anyhow, this group of plant pathologists, we are all assembled here. There is a lot of scope for you to interact with the scientists and come out with some strategies to overcome some of these serious disease problems in the horticulture crops. I am sure the deliberation is going to be very useful in these 3 days of conference on plant and soil health management, which is the focus of this 3 days conference. On behalf of the University of Horticultural Sciences, Bagalkot, I congratulate the organizers of the event and wish for the success of this conference. UHS Bagalkot has developed some biopesticides called Darakshak and Dundan Rakshak. In fact, the core organizing secretary of this conference, Dr. G. Manjunath, who has developed this, and we have already transferred this technology to one private company, and they are producing a large scale. It is a very good pesticide for the control of bacterial blight in pomegranate and grapes also. So, in fact, in our university, especially for the experiential learning program for the final year BSc horticulture students, in all our constant colleges, this biopesticides is the best module where the students, they work and earn a lot of revenue. They produce trichoderma, Pseudomonas, Bacillus, Metarhizium. All those biopesticides are being produced by the students in the horticultural experiential learning program, which is spread over 7th and 8th semester of the academic curriculum. And this is there is a lot of demand for this from the farmers. So there is a lot of scope for biopesticides formulations to be developed in this group. And nowadays, this organic farming is also becoming a very important priority for the government of India in the agriculture sector. And there is a need to use a lot of eco-friendly and safe chemicals or safe pesticides. So this biopesticide plays a very important role in the nowadays in the organic farming. So with these remarks, I thank the organizers of the Indian Phytopathological Society giving me an opportunity to participate in this Platinum Jubilee celebrations of the Indian Phytopathological Society and share my views in the August presence. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor K.S. Rangappa to felicitate Dr. K. Mindresh. American author Leo Roston once said, and I quote, "The purpose of life is to matter, is to be productive, is to be useful, is to make some difference." Today, we have amongst with us a person who has made a difference to this great institution. He is none other than Professor K.S. Rangappa, today's guest of honor. I humbly request him to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Chandrasekhar, who has come online, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mysore, Dr. Rajshekhar, Professor Halse, the Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University, Dr. Indresh, the Vice Chancellor of University of Horticultural Sciences, Bagalkote, Dr. Rakesh Pandey, the President of the Indian Phytopathological Society, Dr. Gogoi, the Secretary, Indian Phytopathological Society, the organizers of this event, Dr. S. Chandranaik, Dr. Niranjana Raj. I know Professor Appa Rao is here, Dr. Chal is here, and many distinguished scientists who are here. Renowned scientists, ladies and gentlemen, delegate participants, students, friends, media friends. It's indeed a great honor for me to participate in this occasion of IPS Platinum Jubilee Conference on Plant and Soil Health Management Issues and Innovations. I congratulate the organizers for both their vision and ambition in pulling together this conference with so many topics being treated with such an impressive participation from elsewhere, and of course with fantastic fellow speakers. Mainly due to the fact that human society has for such a long time taken nature as for granted. We make the reasonable assumption that this season will follow the previous season, that our fields will be pollinated and produce abundant harvest, that the soil will be fruitful, and that rain will fall. We are operating on the assumption that this delicate web of life, which supports our own existence, will not be disrupted, even while we casually pave over, extract, spew, generate effluents, fragment, and exterminate. We are destroying the environment. The preservation of biodiversity is essential to the survival of the human race. However, biodiversity is also facing significant challenges on a global scale. When we destroy biodiversity, not only we do cause the extinction of the species, but also we also undermine the basis of our own existence. For instance, the most recent paper to be published in Biological Conservation draws the attention to the decline of insect populations. According to the findings of the study, more than 40% of the world's insect species are in danger of going extinct. The loss of habitat as a result of the transition from subsistence farming to intensive agriculture is primary factor in these population declines. Other contributing factors include pollution from agricultural chemicals, invasive species, and climate change. Our civilizations are founded on a foundation of the biological diversity as well as active, productive ecosystems which support key sectors such as agriculture. This foundation also provides a framework for our societies to continue to thrive. To grow robust crops, a farm absolutely must have nutrient-rich soil. When it comes for growing vegetables, plants, flowers, and many other types of plants, the quality and health of the soil is a vital aspect. Both industrial and small farms rely on good soil for their continued existence, although the two types of the farms nurture the soil in quite different ways. The practice of commercial agriculture frequently involves the use of agricultural methods that deplete the land, which can result in crop failure. However, despite their apparent lack of problems, small farmers, for example, are also negatively impacted by soil degradation. Increased plant growth is directly proportional to the quality of the foundation. When it comes to crop problems, the answer is frequently straightforward as changing something about the soil. By implementing more effective strategies for the management of soil, agriculture has the potential to make enormous strides forward. A healthy soil has a large number of different kinds of microorganisms and a good amount of organic matter. It's difficult for soil to thrive without the presence of leaf litter and other forms of the plant matter. Quality soil is essential to the practice of environmentally responsible agriculture. If you take away the other, you can't have the first one. When crops are grown in healthy soil, they are able to produce the highest possible yields. Many different components, including organic matter, as I said, nutrients and carbon, are taken up by the soil from the plants. The soil and the vegetation are both nourished by all of these components, which results in a reciprocal relationship that is to everyone's advantage. The carbon dioxide that crop lands causes them to act as important carbon sinks, since it causes the substance to be drawn out of the air and into the ground. This phenomenon is helpful for lowering the amount of the pollution in the air caused by the carbon emissions. Even while soil has a significant impact on agriculture, it frequently suffers as a result of inefficient agricultural methods and lack of expertise. Humans have had a considerable influence and on land degradation due to the unsustainable management approaches and contribution to climate change. When temperature rises, there is a larger risk of fires. which may quickly wipe out entire fields if they take hold. So increasing water levels hasn't the process of emission, which retreats coastlines and washes away topsoil, both of which are essential. Regenerating soil can be accomplished through the use of techniques such as crop rotation and rotational grazing. Although soil quality and health are not typically thought of in conjunction with livestock, these animals do have a noticeable impact on the environment in which they dwell. Just two of the many practices that contribute to the practice of regenerative agriculture are no-till planting and rotational grazing. People are able to run profitable farms without the use of instruments that require a lot of energy or harvesting procedures that are destructive. Those who believe in regenerative agriculture see their farmland more as a component of the surrounding ecosystems than as a potential source of income. When people have a more positive outlook on the land, they are better equipped to respect and care for it the way it should be treated. It is essential to agriculture to continue the existence that the quality of soil and its health be improved. A healthy, nutrient-rich soil is essential to the growth of many plant species, and good crop harvesting is essential to the maintenance of the world's food supply. It will be easier for plants to produce the sufficient amount of food for an increasing human population if we can stop the loss of organic matter and nutrients. Before I come to a conclusion, that I would like to express my gratitude to the speakers for their whole list, for their time and support in contributing to this conference. I would like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee for successfully putting on this event despite the many obstacles that were in their way. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to all of the participants who are here taking part in this conference, and I hope it's a productive for each and everyone. And again, once again, on behalf of the University of Mysore and on my own behalf, I welcome you all to the city of the Mysore. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we are going to felicitate 3 academicians and researchers par excellence who are serving University of Mysore and are significantly contributing to the field of science. The first among them is Professor K.S. Rangappa. Professor K.S. Rangappa is the most accomplished scientist of the University of Mysore. He is presently serving as a lifelong distinguished professor of the University of Mysore. He has published over 550 research papers with citations of over 11,500 and H-index of 55. He has filed 10 international patents in field of cancer drug discovery, and 2 of them have been commercialized. He has guided 60 PhD students, and 4 are presently working for their PhD. He is the Fellow of World Academy of Sciences, Fellow of the National Academy of Sciences, Fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry, and the Fellow of Biotech Research Society of India. He has traveled more than 40 countries on the academic assignments. He was the former Vice Chancellor of the University of Mysore and Karnataka State Open University. He was the General President of the Indian Science Congress Association. He has appeared among top 2% of world scientists consecutively since 2019. Now, I request the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate Professor K.S. Rangappa. Sir. Now, I would like to request Professor H. Shekhar Shetty to come on to the dais. He is a lifelong honorary distinguished professor, Department of Studies in Applied Botany and Biotechnology, University of Mysore. He served in various capacities at the University of Mysore, such as research officer, professor, and chairman. He was a visiting scientist at the Hamburg University, Germany. He was also a member of Crop Science Panel, ICAR New Delhi, and member of DST. He has several awards to his credit, like USDA Appreciation Award, OP Bashan Award, ICSA Millennium Lecture Award, N. Prasad Memorial Lecture Award, ICAR Chaudhry Lal Best Coordinated Research Project Award, International Seed Health Award, Professor S.S. Chahal Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Rajaramanna State Award, and Research Recognition Award by Indian Phytopathological Society. He is the Fellow of Indian Academy of Sciences and National Academy of Sciences, India. I request the dignitaries to felicitate Professor Shekhar Shetty. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Mohan CD, a young and a dynamic researcher. Dr. Mohan is an outstanding young scientist of the University of Mysore. He has been ranked in the top 2% of the world scientist list consecutively since 2019. He has published over 80 research papers with 5 book chapters with scientific citations of over 2,500 with an H index of 33. He has been granted with 5 patents in the area of cancer biology. Importantly, 2 of his patents were commercialized in the year 2022. He received the Best Research Paper Award from the Elsevier, and as a part of the award, he delivered a lecture at the University of Paris in 2022 with a cash prize of 1,000 euros. Recently, he also received NAS Nasi Platinum Jubilee Young Scientist Award from the National Academy of Sciences. He is the first person to take this award from the universities of Karnataka. He is also recipient of Professor Umakant Sinha Memorial Award from the Indian Science Congress Association. He has been invited to receive PHSS Young Scientist Award from Professor H.S. Srivastava Foundation for Science and Society, Lucknow, on 15 February 2023. He is also the elected member of National Academy of Sciences, India, and Royal Society of Biology, London. This award is being conferred to him to motivate the youngsters to pursue excellence in the field of research. Now, we have many awards to be given by Indian Phytopathological Society, and also many is to be released on this occasion. I request Dr. Robin Gogoi to announce the list.
Thank you. So we have the and very distinct awards is instituted from the society, and accordingly based on the contribution and also achievement, it is given to the whole society So we are going to give the recognition and also award. So the most important award of this society, this is actually the biggest and highest honor. So that is A.P. Misra Lifetime Achievement Award. So just I would like to inform the audience who was Professor A.P. Misra. Briefly, Professor Ayodhya Prasad Misra was born on the 29th July 1917 in Faizabad, Uttar Pradesh. He did his BSc from Agra College, Agra, and MSc in the botany in 1941 from Agra College, Agra, under the professor renowned K.C. Mehta, and he stood first class first in order of merit. And after his post-graduation, Dr. Misra worked for a year at BR College, Agra. Thereafter, he joined as head botany department at ASJ College, Lakhauti. In 1945, he was awarded the Government of India Scholarship for Higher Studies at the University of Minnesota and worked for his PhD under Dr. E.C. Stuckman and Dr. J.J. Christensen, and two world-renowned plant pathologists. And after his return from USA in 1948, he was appointed as Assistant Systematic Mycologist in the Directorate of Plant Protection, Quarantine and Storage, Government of India, New Delhi, where he worked with another distinguished mycologist, the late Dr. B.V. Munkur. He superannuated on 29th July in 1975 after 34 years of glorious dedicated service to the science. After retirement, he worked as emeritus scientist at Tirhut College of Agriculture, Dholi, where he continued researches on helminthosporium diseases of wheat, barley, and triticales. In recognition of his outstanding contributions in the field of mycology and plant pathology, Professor Misra was elected as the president of the Indian Phytopathological Society for the year 1978. And he delivered the Munkur Memorial Lecture in 1989. So a man of unusual caliber, Professor Misra contributed lead papers for the first International Congress of Plant Pathology in 1966 itself. First International Microbiological Conference in Bombay in 1970, first International Mycological Congress held at Exeter in 1971. So likewise, he contributed enormously to the society, to India, to the entire world. So he is the fellow, and he's the pillar of our whole plant pathologist. To honor, so to keep him alive, the society instituted award. And we are very proud. This year, we are going to give this honor to the person who is present amongst us now. He is none other than S.S. Chahal. So before inviting him to the stage, let me brief about his biodata, even a very long list. So, sir, please come to the stage. Dr. Sarabjit Singh Chahal, Honorary Emeritus Professor, Punjab University, Chandigarh. He was born on 6th April 1947. How coincident, 1947, you can just notice the year. And birth and educations, if I say, born in the Gurdas Nangal, Punjab on 6th April 1947, educated at Government School and College, Gurdaspur, Punjab, India. In 1965, and then Punjab University, and then Chandigarh in 1965 to 1974, and PhD he earned in the year 1974. And regarding various illustrious positions he hold, to name a few: Honorary Emeritus Professor, Punjab University, Chandigarh, adjunct professor, the CUP, Bhatinda, Punjab, UGC Emeritus Fellow, Vice Chancellor of Khalsa University, Amritsar, Desh Bhagat University, Punjab, and Maharana Pratap University of Agriculture and Technology, Udaipur, then Director of Research, Dean Agriculture, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, Dean Postgraduate Studies Registrar, and many awards were in his credit. Only few I will name: ICR PAU Meritorious Best Teacher Award, IPS MJ Narasimhan Merit Award. He captured 2 times this award. And Pesticide India Awards, BB Munkur Award, Borlag Memorial Lecture Award, and so on. And he is the fellow of Indian Phytopathological Society, Indian Society of Mycology and Plant Pathology, Indian Society of Plant Pathologists, and recognized member fellow of National Academy of Science, honorary fellow of Punjab Academy of Sciences, Indian Phytopathological Society, and Indian Society of Plant Pathologists, visiting fellow, Ecrisiat Patancheru, Danida visiting fellow, Seed Pathology Institute, Copenhagen, Denmark. And his research areas, still he is continuing his interest, and fungal pathology, cereal diseases, epidemiology, and seed pathology. So with this very, very long list of achievements, the society is blessed for his presence, and I would request our Dr. Rakesh Pandey, President, Indian Phytopathological Society, to confirm him, and also this Vice Chancellor of this university. So as an honor, so we are offering him a shawl, memento, cash rupees 15,000, and a certificate. Yes, here our most honorable Dr. S.H. Chahal. Yes.
Very humbly accepting this highest as prestigious honor of the society, I profusely thank the society and all the members of the society and executive member of the society. Dear friends, this society, this has become now synonymous with plant pathology in India. I just remember, I was remembering that way back in 1982, it is just coincidence that the first MJ Narasimha Academic Award I received in Mysore itself. So this is just a memory. I thank you all for this. And at the same time, what I have to say on this occasion is that, my dear friends, the plant pathology has gone a long way. It is not no cut and burn technology. It is one of the advanced sciences in the country and in the world. Let me share it with you that while revising these regulations of the society last year, we felt that one very important point that was missing in the objective, and that was the connection and contribution of the society in agriculture. So this agriculture word was missing there, which we have introduced. The reason is that we have to connect our science with the agriculture. And we all know that this without plant pathology, agriculture cannot go forward. It not has been said here. And at the same time, what has to say that to my fellow friends, that there are a number of technologies which have been developed, but they have not gone to field. They have not gone to farmers. This is where we have to work. We are developing technology, but these are not popularizing. So that part we have to take, and that is must. Otherwise, our science remains in laboratories. So with these words, I thank you all. I thank all the dignitaries who are present, my very good friends, all on the stage. I'm very happy that in the presence of my very good friends, I'm receiving this highest honor. I thank you all. I thank you all, and God bless you, and God bless my junior friends, and I expect they will be working much more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I pray God for your good health. Next award we are going to confer based on the recognition from our society. So this year we are going to give to 4 eminent plant pathologists, senior plant pathologists. So first let me name Dr. N. Ibotan Singh, Professor B.N. Chakraborty, Dr. R. Sridhar, and Dr. A.P. Suryavanshi. So first up, here, Dr. N. Ibotan Singh sir is present with us. So I would like to invite Ibotan Singh sir to come to the stage. So, Dr. Nauram Ibotan Singh. Dr. Nauram Ibotan Singh. So this is, we are going to give him IPS Recognition Award. So he's a retired dean and professor. He was this BSc Agriculture, MSc Agriculture, and also PhD in Agriculture, especially in plant pathology. He holds the position as Dean Professor, College of Agriculture, Central Agricultural University, Imphal, Manipur. So perhaps he has traveled the longest distance amongst us today. And research area, plant pathology and mycology. And regarding his significant contributions during the last 40 years of service, trust areas have been identified strictly on the field problems faced by the farmers in Manipur. Of those areas, proper diagnosis of the fungal, bacterial, viral, and nematode diseases of rice, potato, chili, pea, soybean, lipata, that is brassica, the citrus, tree bean, mango, and banana were taken up based on the critical disease surveys conducted on routinely in Manipur. On proper isolation in the laboratory, new fungal and bacterial pathogens of rice, azolla, and tree bean have been observed and identified, including infected sclerotinia and also Rhytina solani. Then present trust area is on incidence and management of bacterial white strap of rice. Still, he is pursuing his research interest at this age. Sir, we are very much thankful for your presence. Yeah. So next, I would like to invite to the stage for IPS Recognition Award, Dr. B.N. Chakraborty. Dr. Biswanath Chakraborty, sir, please come to the stage. So he is very, very known to all of us and very active, energetic. Even he is always, I think, maintaining the younger, like teenage age. So he is Professor Biswanath Chakraborty, P.N. Chakraborty, and presently he's a professor, Department of Biological Sciences, Alliance University, Kolkata. So he retired from the UVKV, North Bengal University, and presently he is this chief editor of our journal, Indian Phytopathology. Because of his leadership and dynamism, so this our journal has got momentum. And during his president as IPS, so that IPS had the agreement with the Springer Nature. So he's having long list of this credits. So I'm unable to read very, very long, but most importantly, so I'd like to mention here DBT Long-Term Overseas Biotechnology Award. Among at least 25 awards he has received so far. He was also amongst one of the past president of Indian Phytopathological Society. Sir, we are very much thankful for your presence and accepting the award of this IPS recognition. So next I'm inviting to the stage Dr. R. Sridhar, sir. Dr. R. Sridhar. So he's also another person. He's always boosting us. Today, we are fortunate for his physical presence. Otherwise, virtually, he's always present in each and every IPS meeting. He is R. Sridhar, former Vice Chancellor. So he was born in Tamil Nadu in 1943. And very, this coveted position also he hold, like Vice Chairman, Scientific Advisory Board in 2013 at the International Institute of Biotechnology and Toxicology. And also award and honors received postdoctoral fellow in 1970 and International Rice Research Institute, Philippines, K.C. Mehta, Manojan Mehta Memorial Award. And also in Indian Phytopathological Society, he served as associate editor for the journal. And he got the recognition by the, given by the ICR, National Rice Research Institute, because we know he served and he superannuated from this Rice Research Institute located at Cuttack, Orissa. And still he is pursuing research areas, especially on physiology, biochemistry, and molecular biology of plant pathogen interactions, pathogen variability and usefulness of disease resistance genes. Sir, we are very much thankful to you for accepting this award of the society. The fourth renowned plant pathologist, we are going to give this, confer this IPS recognition award to Dr. A.P. Suryavanshi. I would request Sir Suryavanshi, sir. Yes, please. So he is Dr. Angad Pandharinath Suryavanshi, Associate Dean, College of Agriculture, Latur, Maharashtra. So he was born in the year 1960, and he's also very close and this farmers loving person, plant pathologist. And he acted as Professor Plant Pathology and Associate Dean, College of Agriculture, Latur. Then 2020 onward, served as a Zonal Councillor and Zonal President of Indian Phytopathological Society 2 times in the year 2013 and in 2021. So many awards he received, like ICR sponsorship prestigious Best Teacher Award in the year 2011, and Scroll of Honor of Indian Phytopathological Society, then Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award in 2013, and so on. And his research areas is plant pathology, especially mycology, and virology, and another practical aspect, that is biological control. So I thank all the 4 eminent plant pathologists. So we feel very proud on behalf of Indian Phytopathological Society. I profusely thank Sir Dr. Annie Botton Singh, Dr. Professor B.N. Chakraborty, Dr. R. Sridhar, and Dr. A.P. Suryavanshi, sir. Thank you. Now we are going to release some of the publication of the societies. So especially some of the compendia related to the crop diseases. 5 compendia we are going to release. First one, and 1 book. So just I will just name the this compendia. So all together will be released at a time. And after that compendium, 1 book is also there. 2 books are there. One in written in Hindi. So let me announce the compendium. First compendium is Compendium of Maize Diseases, edited by Dr. Robin Gogoi, Dr. KSOU, then Dr. Mukesh Khokar and Jivan B. Second compendium, that is Compendium of Medicinal and Aromatic Plant Diseases. So edited by Dr. Rakesh Pandey, Dr. Kusal Raj, Dr. Ritu Mawar, Dr. H.B. Singh, Dr. Alok Kalra, and Dr. Gautam Mandal. And third one is Diseases of Oilseed Crops in India, Diagnosis and Management, edited by Dr. Pankaj Sharma and his team. And the fourth one is Spices Diseases Compendium, edited by Dr. C.N. Biju and his team. And the fifth one, Sugarcane Diseases Compendium, this edited by Dr. R. Vishwanathan, who is presently director of this Sugarcane Research Institute, Lucknow. Yeah, he is there, and Dr. Kusala is also there. I would, because those who are present, so please come to the stage quickly. Dr. Pankaj is also there. Yes. There are 2 books to be released. First one is written in Hindi. So that is Sabjiyon mein Samannit Padab Rog Niyantran. Sabjiyon mein Samannit Padab Rog Niyantran, authored by Dr. Pramod Gupta and his co-authors. And another one, Bacterial Disease of Plants and Their Management. That is textbook authored by Samarao Jagirdar and his co-authors. Dr. Jagirdar is also there. Yes, please come to the stage. And Dr. Pramod Gupta, I don't see him. Yeah. Books given, both the books given. Yeah, you just show him for release. Yeah, Hindi. Yeah. First one that is in Hindi. Sabjiyon mein Samannit Padab Rog Niyantran. So I'd request our Vice Chancellor, sir, for the release of this book. Yeah, authored by Dr. Pramod Kumar Gupta. He is from this Jabalpur, JNKVV Jabalpur. And the second book is Bacterial Diseases of Plants and Their Management, authored by Samarao Jagirdar. So another book. Yeah. One more is there. Compendium of rice diseases. I think that also included in this lot. There are total compendium of maize diseases, medicinal and aromatic plant diseases, then oilseed crops, then spices, sugarcane diseases, rice diseases. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have amongst with us Professor H. Rajshekhar. He is currently serving as the Vice Chancellor of the University of Mysore. He has rich teaching and research experience for over 30 years. He has published over 100 articles in national and international journals. He has guided over 25 students for their PhD, and presently 8 are working under his supervision. He has been honored with Bharat Gaurav Award, Bharat Excellence Award, and Rashtriya Shiksha Gaurav Puruskar for outstanding and exemplary contribution towards education, skill development, and research. He shouldered many important responsibilities at the University of Mysore. He is serving as the Director of the Educational Multimedia Research Center now. I humbly request the Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore to deliver the presidential address.
Good afternoon to all of you. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor Sharanappa Halse, Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University, Professor K.M. Indaresh, Vice Chancellor, University of Horticulture Sciences, Bagalkot, Professor K.S. Rangappa, one of the leading scientists in the country, and former Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore and Karnataka State Open University. Dr. Rakesh Pandey, President, Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi. Dr. Robin Gugay, Secretary, Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi. Dr. S. Chandranaik and Dr. S. Niranjan Raj, organizing secretaries of this 3 days conference. Invited scientists, participants, research scholars, student friends, media people, and ladies and gentlemen. In fact, it gives me great pleasure, and also it is some sort of honor to me to be the part of this very important conference, that too for 3 days in our university. This conference is being organized by University of Mysore in association with Karnataka State Open University and Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi. First of all, I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to all the 3 institutions for having taken interest in organizing this wonderful conference. We have been organizing this kind of conferences, seminars, time and again, in association with national bodies. In 2016, we had organized Indian Science Congress, 103rd Indian Science Congress, under the leadership of Professor K.S. Rangappa, very successfully. Since then, a flood of events are being organized in our university. That is the greatest advantage of our university and also our student community, because they have easy accessibility to the presentations of scientists, research scholars, and other delegates who are likely to be invited for these kind of ventures. Secondly, I would like to congratulate all the award winners. Very meaningful honors. because recognizing the achievements made by some people in the field, in the respective fields, is the human approach of any organization. It gives them some sort of motivation, further encouragement to involve in research and development in their respective areas. Looking at their faces, I felt very happy and enjoyed my company with them. It gave me an opportunity to honor such a senior people who have done wonderful work in the field of agriculture, soil and agriculture. So I hope this kind of opportunities would come in future also. Always our university would like to accommodate, provide hospitality for this kind of activities. This topic selected for these 3 days conference, very relevant one, very hot topic, because we know how agricultural sector has been contributing for the development of our country. As our secretary mentioned it here, it is contributing almost 14 to 50% to our GDP, and almost 19% to gross value addition to our economy. And you know how many, what you call, agriculturists or agriculture laborers got opportunity in terms of employment in the agriculture sector. And also, you know that agriculture sector has been contributing almost 4% for the national growth every year. Such a wonderful field. Basically, I'm also agriculturist. I know the difficulty of agriculture profession. But scientists in this particular field have been contributing a lot for the growth of agriculture. And also yesterday we witnessed 2023 budget presented by Nirmala Sitharaman. What kind of support has been extended towards the agriculture sector, and how our country has been progressing in the field of agriculture sector, and how the warrior field are being honored. Lot of schemes are being announced every time. Central government is giving financial support to the extent of 6,000 every year. Along with that, our state government also giving 4,000 rupees every year, almost 10,000 rupees financial support to our agriculturist. But this is not a strong economic support to our agriculture sector or agriculturist. Anyway, with small support, they would do wonders in the field of agriculture sector. One announcement was made yesterday, particularly for this promotion of agriculture sector. Government will assist 1 crore farmers transition to natural and chemical balanced farming over the next 3 years. The budget announced that PM program for restoration, awareness, nourishment, and amelioration of Mother Earth under the scheme of PM Pranam. So like that, time and again, in every budget, a lot of schemes are being announced in the interest of agriculture farming community. All the scientists who have been assembled here must be knowing better than me about the contributions made by our respected friends for the development of agriculture sector. Now it is the era of natural farming. Yes, in terms of consumption of food. If one do some agriculture farming and wants to grow something that is required for everyday consumption. And particularly this greatest lesson made us to learn the importance of agriculture sector. People who are working at in software companies left their jobs and preoccupied in agriculture sector. I am also interested, and with a small land, I have made my family members to do something in the form of cultivation. So such kind of interest is being created and brought a great lesson to all of us to recognize the importance of agriculture sector in our country. This IPS Platinum Jubilee Conference on Plant and Soil Health Management Issues and Innovations will focus on soil and plant health and its impact on food productivity, the current issues and developments in the area of plant pathology and plant disease management, and development of new technologies to increase crop production and improve plant health. I thank all of you for being present, especially those you from distant places. Your participation shows your continued strong commitment to the cause of the theme of this conference. Allow me first provide a brief outline of some of the components that make up the wider picture before I allow any of you to dive into this exciting agenda for the conference that will begin today. More than ever before, maintaining healthy soil is essential to the production of nutritious food. This is true across the board, from the breeding of plants that are resistant to disease to the introduction of new food crops that can withstand the effects of climate change. Food insecurity and the deterioration of environmental health are two most significant concerns that humans are going to face in the 21st century. Not only are plants responsible for the production of food, but they are also a crucial component in maintaining a clean environment. The transformation of plant biology to better serve the needs of humans requires significant new investments in research and technology. The discipline of plant science holds the key to resolving concerns relating to both food security and the environment. The recent advancements in science and technology and communication have made it possible for us to visualize, process, and comprehend the cause and effect links that agriculture practices have not just on the crops they produce, but also on the agroeconomic as a whole, economic system as a whole. This discovery-based approach is even more required when working with soils, as the processes that occur in the soils and the ecology of soils are frequently not visible to the human eye and are difficult to comprehend and conceptualize, particularly in the short term. Second, fostering knowledge about soil health and actually improving the soil health at the field levels requires investigating and adopting practices that improve ecological processes such as nutrient cycling and maintaining soil structure in the context of particular environment in which they are implemented. However, these procedures call for a significant amount of specialized knowledge and financial investment. Farmers have been able to feed a population that has increased from 2 billion people a century ago to 9 billion people now, thanks to breakthroughs in agriculture technology that have been made over previous century. On the other hand, this has led to a decline in the health of soil. Now, 33% of the world's soil are considered to be in a degraded state, and topsoil soil might be depleted in as little as 60 years. A live ecosystem can be found in the soil. 1 teaspoon of soil can contain more living things than there are humans on the entire planet. This means that Earth is much more than just the dirt beneath our feet. It is a world that is bustling with life. It is believed that 25% of planet's total biodiversity can be found in its soil. The cultivation of 95% of the world's food supply is dependent on the existence of this diverse and intricate environment. Plants that are grown in soil that is in good condition are better able to withstand attacks from various illness and insects. In addition, healthy soils retain more water, which either makes more water available to plants during periods of inconsistent rainfall or allows them to absorb more water during periods of excessive rainfall, thereby minimizing floods and the loss of critical nutrients from fields. By preventing the buildup of greenhouse gases and contributing to resolution of the current climatic problem, healthy soils are able to store carbon. In the end, having a better understanding of the linkages between soil life and ecosystem function, as well as the impact of human interventions will allow for the reduction of negative impacts and will allow for more effective capture of the benefits of soil biological activity, resulting in agriculture that is both more sustainable and productive. The biological, physical, and chemical qualities of soil all play a vital role in the growth and nutrition of plants, which is why maintaining healthy soil is critical to plant health. Pests and diseases cause substantial losses. Food and Agriculture Organization believes that plant pests and diseases are responsible for crop losses of up to 40%. The harm that they bring to agriculture contributes to already existing problem of growing global hunger crisis and threatens rural ways of life. Instead of dealing with plant health issues, it is much more cost-effective to protect plants from invasive organisms like pests and diseases. Once they have established themselves, plant diseases and pests are notoriously difficult to eliminate, and the management of these problems is a laborious and costly affair. In the context of global problems, particularly climate change, sustaining plant health improves food security and nutrition while safeguarding environment and biodiversity and supporting livelihoods and economic growth. The diverse slate of speakers will enrich the conversations and ensure an inclusive and comprehensive treatment of topics. I am confident that this conference will offer you plenty of material for reflection and use technology development, as well as in policy development at the national and regional levels. Before concluding, I would like to convey my appreciation to speakers for their time and support in contributing this conference, as well as organizing committee for organization of this event in these challenging circumstances. I thank you, all participants, most warmly for your participation and wish you all the success with this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I humbly request Professor K.S. Rangappa, sir, to felicitate Professor H. Rajshekhar. With the permission of the chair, I would like to call upon Professor S.S. Chahal onto the stage because he needs to make an important announcement.
Well, the announcement is not so important. Honorable Vice Chancellor, dignitary of the society, and my dear friends, while receiving congratulations, I have come to know that there is some big amount, cash amount along with the award. I do not use word return, but I very respectfully, I remit this amount to the society, and I will contribute the same amount from my own pocket to the society for the development of the society. Thank you very much.
We have amongst us Dr. S. Niranjan Raj. Dr. Niranjan Raj is the chairman of the Department of Studies in Microbiology, Karnataka State Open University. His research orients towards molecular plant pathology, induction of resistance, microbial biotechnology, and plant disease management. He has a teaching and research experience of over 20 years. He is a recipient of Paul Neergrad Gold Medal. He has published over 100 research papers in reputed journals with high impact factor, 12 book chapters, and authored 4 books. He has been granted with 2 patents to his credit. He has several awards and recognition from ISCA, IPS, ICAR, Auburn University, Alabama, Hungarian Academy of Sciences, Society of Millets, National Environmental Science Academy, etc., to name a few. He is serving as the director of the IQAC, member of Academic Council, and director of School of Sciences, KSOU. I now request Dr. Niranjan Rajaras to deliver the vote of thanks.
Greetings and good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of the organizing committee of the IPS Platinum Jubilee Conference on Plant and Soil Health Management, Issues and Innovations, as well as on my own personal behalf, I have the pleasure and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. I'm sure you all are with me in first offering our big thank you to Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, who joined us online for his blessings and inspiring advice on this inaugural session. I am deeply indebted to him for making time for coming online despite his important engagements. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I would like to thank the president of today's inaugural session, Professor S. Rajshekhar, Vice Chancellor, University of Mysore. We greatly appreciate his presence and the inspirational address in spite of his busy schedules, and thank him for his valued support. Thank you, sir. I convey my deep regards and hearty thanks to Professor Sharanappa V. Halse, Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Open University. I thank him for his support and his eloquent address. He supported us in all possible manner to organize this conference. Thank you very much, sir. Our sincere thanks to Professor K.M. Indiresh, Vice Chancellor, University of Horticultural Sciences, Bagalkote, for his presence and resourceful advice at this conference. Thank you, sir. At this juncture, I would like to thank Professor K.S. Rangappa, former Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore, as well as Karnataka State Open University, for his constant help and guidance that radiated a source of energy within us. We will ever remain grateful to you, sir, and we thank you for being with us today. Thank you very much, sir. Our special thanks to Dr. Rakesh Pandey, President, Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi. His full commitment in organizing this conference has made it possible to have this conference. Thank you very much, sir, for your welcome address, guidance, and valued support throughout the process of organizing this conference. Thank you very much, sir. Our gratitude and thanks also go to Dr. Robin Gogoi, Secretary, Indian Phytopathological Society, New Delhi, for his untiring efforts and coordination in organizing this event, and also for delivering the welcome address. Thank you very much, sir. I take this opportunity to thank Professor Chandranayaka S., Organizing Secretary, and his team for their efforts in making the conference a reality, their genuine interest and commitment given to make this a grand success. Thank you, everybody. A very big thank also goes to the EC members of IPS. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape this conference. My appreciation also goes to senior academicians, scientists, and students who have congregated here from various parts of the country and abroad to attend this conference. We have been fortunate to have some of the eminent persons from academia, industry, utility, working in the area of soil and plant health management. I am very much thankful to all of you and from University of Mysore
Karnataka State Open University, who always stood by us and motivated us. I feel proud and thank you for making this event a successful one. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months in advance, and we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated teachers and student community and volunteers. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Thank you, everybody. A special word of thanks also goes to the media for extensively covering this and publicizing this conference. Our gratitude also goes to the venerable students of Fine Arts College for their prayers, which gave an auspicious start to this conference. We were able to provide for all the delegates during this conference through the generosity of many of the sponsors, such as the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, NABARD, and many other private companies. It would have been impossible to organize it without their support. I thank all of them wholeheartedly. Finally, I would like to thank all the dedicated members who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to coordinate and organize every aspect of this conference, often beyond the call of their duty. Without their hard work, this conference would have not been run so smoothly and successfully. Thank you all once again. Have a wonderful stay at Mysuru. Enjoy the conference. Thank you.
Now, Indian National Anthem will be played. I request the members of the audience to raise from their seats.
शुभ आशीष मांगे जय हिंद जय हिंद जय हिंद जय 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 जय
Thank you. High tea is being arranged outside. I request all the delegates to have the high tea. The technical sessions will be held as per the schedule.